Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pete on Retreat. Today, we're going to talk about the 3 biggest challenges I've faced since I've moved to Thailand. Well, no surprise, it's another lovely morning here in Pattaya. The birds are chirping, the sun is just coming up, roosters are crowing in the background. Good morning. In today's video, I'm going to go back to form and just catch everybody up on my life. But I also realize that a lot of the things going on in my life right now here in Thailand tie into the 3 biggest challenges I've faced since I've moved here. I've had a run of very positive videos, and this video is going to be pretty positive because that's just who I am. But these are issues that I'm facing here. I would say the biggest challenge I've faced since moving to Thailand has got to be learning the Thai language. I've been going to Thai language school now for about 4 weeks, or a total of 10 classes. Things are going pretty good and I've learned a bunch, but the pace of the class is faster than I expected. There's some concepts that I'm just having a hard time grasping. I mean, I grasp it on paper, but when it comes to like the quick processing of it, it's throwing me for a loop. If I was to compare myself to the other students in the class, I think I'm behind about 2/3 of them. Now, many of the students in the class have been in Thailand longer than I have, and they've already picked up a good amount of Thai. There's a few native Asian speakers that are picking up the tones and stuff a lot easier than I am. But even with those considerations, I feel like I should be doing better. I'm not doing horribly, and over the last couple weeks, I've put together a really good set of flashcards. In our first 10 classes, I think we've gotten an insane amount of vocabulary, probably talking like 150 words. I definitely fell behind on that at first, but now I'm starting to catch up. We learned about different sentence structures. We learned how to ask what questions and where questions. And last week we learned to say statements about what I can do and what I can't do, and ask questions if somebody else could do something. I've gotten that stuff okay, but there's just some times where I don't hear it. Hearing the language and processing it's definitely one of the bigger challenges I've been facing. Just this last week, I started watching some Thai programming on Netflix. I started off with this really funny comedy. It starts off like a period war piece, and then it goes and it's got some horror vibes to it. I can't think of the name, so I'll put the name down right here. About a week ago, I went to the movies. I went to go see the new Little Mermaid movie, and I watched it in Thai. Since I already knew the story, I figured it was a good one to go see. I'm just trying to get this immersion in and get my ears to understand and pick up on the language. In the Little Mermaid, I picked up on some words here and there. I picked up on a couple phrases. I even got a joke or two. So I'm going to continue with the ear training. And then another issue is just the pronunciation. I went out and played pool last night with a friend. She's been helping me with my Thai a little bit when she's not teasing me about how bad my Thai is. The Thai word for easy is nai. Now, I probably didn't say that right. Nai. Nai. So one of the Thai sounds is the NG sound, and it can be used at the beginning of words. Nai starts with the NG sound. I don't know if I've said it right yet. Every time I said it last night, my friend would repeat it correctly, and I couldn't hear the difference. And then I would say it again, and then she would correct me again. We probably did that 30 times last night. God, I wish I was filming it. At least it wasn't the tone there, it's just the pronunciation. The word for difficult is yak. So instead of mispronouncing nai, I could just say my yak, which means not difficult. But if I'm really going to be learning Thai, I can't rely on all these workarounds I'm discovering. So yeah, the language isn't easy. There's 44 consonants, there's 5 different tone types. I love explaining to Thai people how in English, beer, 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 beer is all the same word. In Thai, that would be 5 different words. And then you got short vowels and long vowels. So beer is different than beer. Except I think I said a different tone there too. Anyway, if you came to my channel to learn Thai, turn around now and go back. Not a good idea. The next biggest challenge I've had since I moved to Thailand would be getting a visa. It hasn't been a horrible challenge. I've gotten 2 tourist visas with, little effort. Little effort being me going to another country for a few days. I know there's a lot of new viewers to the channel, and I always get asked about my visa situation anyway. So a quick recap, I came here on a visa exemption, which means I didn't have a visa at all. I checked in with a couple of agents about getting an education visa, and because of some Chinese gangsters that were abusing the education visa process, the agents weren't allowed to do education visas for a few months. I went to Laos and got a tourist visa. I can't get my retirement visa until I'm 50, but that's coming up soon. My tourist visa was running out, so I went to Cambodia on a border run just to get a visa exemption again. Immigration at the airport, though, had different ideas, and they give me a 15-day tourist visa for which I don't even qualify for, didn't apply for. That forced me to go back to Laos and get another tourist visa, which is what I'm on right now. Then I started school. Found out about the education visa program through school. Everything looked good. And then when the school found out how old I was, they said that the immigration here in Jomtien isn't really giving out education visas to people that are 50 or as close to 50 as I am. They took a picture of my passport, brought it to immigration, and immigration said, yeah, we're not going to do that. Now, there's no rule against students being over 50 or anything like that. Part of the requirements for the retirement visa is that you have money in a Thai bank. So it seems this means it's all about money. That's a common theme here. So yeah, there's an update. I struck out on an education visa for the 3rd and final time. Looks like I'm back to that retirement visa plan of mine. When I go to Japan, I'll get another tourist visa. And then when I come back, I could start the process finally for getting a retirement visa. See, that wasn't that big a challenge, right? Oi. The third biggest challenge I'd say I've had since I moved to Pattaya is making friends. I was very fortunate to make a few good friends within a few weeks of being here. Making new friends after that, though, has been a bit of a challenge. It's also a challenge here because Pattaya is kind of a transient city. Sure, there's a lot of people that are here long term, but a lot of people come and go. In our core group of friends, a couple of them aren't here now. Actually, 3 out of 4 of them aren't here. My best friend here in Thailand got a teaching job in Bangkok. Yep, he moved away a few weeks ago. That's been one of the harder adjustments for me. It's not like we hung out every day, but he was my gym partner. On a good week, we might be in the gym 3 or 4 times together. He was my walking buddy, almost always up for a walk. He was my source of DUA, Darren's unsolicited advice. He was my biggest motivator for finally getting cooking out here. Even though we weren't hanging out all that much together, just knowing he's not in town makes me a little sad. Now my friend Trevor from the group, yeah, he's in Europe for 2 months, at least 2 months. He's in France for a month, and he's going to Germany for a month. The guy speaks like 10 different languages. He's fluent in Chinese. His Thai is on point. He also speaks German, so he's going to touch up on his German lessons, staying in a German school right now. After his couple months abroad, he might be off to Canada. He doesn't even really know. He owns a condo here, though, so I know he's coming back. My boy Earl, he's off visiting friends now. He's down in South Thailand. Looks like he's having a blast. He showed some video from a moon party he went to. Oh boy, that's on the list now. So yeah, Darren's off in Bangkok now. The upside of that is it gives me a great excuse to finally spend some time in Bangkok. In fact, I'm going there in like 2 weeks. My first friend in Thailand, Ziggy, who I haven't actually met in person yet, but we talk pretty often through messaging. He's relocated to Bangkok now, so I'm going to go see him in 2 weeks. I have a few friends at the bar, but they're always at the bar. Today after school, I'm going with some of the guys up to Central Festival. We're going to have lunch and do a little studying. I might be leaving the study session a little early because I really want to go see the new Spider-Man movie. This last weekend, I met up with another one of my viewers here. His name's Dan. Dan's a super cool guy. Dan and his wife have been spending some time out here. She's actually Thai. They've been hanging out in Bangkok. but they came up to Pattaya this weekend. They've been doing all kinds of cool things that I didn't even know existed here. I met them for dinner on Friday night. We went to the Miami street food market in Jomtien. Now, I had been by this place before, and I didn't realize it had this whole big open area in the back. I thought it was just like 10 or 12 food carts on the side. The whole place was really cool. A good amount of local Thai people there, more than you see at like the Jomtien night market. Typically, the further south you go down Jomtien, the more Thai it becomes. We had a good time chatting. I mean, I could definitely hang out with Dan more. Probably going to try to hook up with him in a couple of weeks when I go down to Bangkok. There's a few viewers that I've made friends with. My closest viewer friend's got to be Matt Splat. Matt's a super cool guy. I've got an ever-growing list of viewers that want to buy me a beer when they come out here, or go for a walk, or have a coffee. Actually, I don't really have a list. I'm just trusting all of you to hit me up when you get out here. With the last two videos I've put out, both my 6-month retrospective on living in Thailand and the 6 self-promises I made myself in order to move out here, I've been getting quite a few comments about making friends out here. My next video is going to be entirely about making friends in Pattaya, Thailand. So that's it, folks. Those are the 3 biggest challenges I've faced since moving here. For those of you living here, what are the biggest challenges you've faced? Are they different than mine? For those of you considering moving here, what do you think are the biggest challenges you may face? Leave all that good stuff in the comments below. If you've enjoyed your time with me at all today, please give this video a like, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications. I'd like to thank you all for walking with me today, and I wish you were here.